Okay, this is a video how you should your items should be progressing from 1 to 65. Now I'm making this because lately I've been seeing many people level 50, 66, 67, 69, even 70 without gear, or with the evasion gear, or with 10k HP or something like that. Even in the basic instances like Adma or WAP, you need to have a little bit more HP, a little bit more stat. Not talking about super a lot of, just a decent amount so you're not useless. Starting. So in the beginning, from 1 to 10, you don't care about items. You use what you get from the drop and quests. From level 10 onwards, every 5 levels you get those progress token quests that you see here. So basically, you would want to have those items from this. You can have scrolls, consumables, boots, gloves, and weapons. Those are usually the things you get. So you pick your own type of item. For example, if I'm plate, you pick plate boots. If I am cloth, I will pick clothes boots, and so on. Those pink quests from those devas are every 5 levels up to level 60, I believe. 56, 51 is the last one, and then you get some extra quests. Now, not always the devas will show you those quests. So my advice is, in case you're not certain if you chose it or not, just come to Verteron. It's the easiest and safest way. Then you can use these items. Now, don't check my items because I'm using event gear from one event that, it was just a temporary thing. You can also finish the rest of the sets with the coins that you're getting from quests and so on. Now, when you reach level 46, you need to come here in Aion and take all the pink quests from those NPCs. Some are for open world mobs, some are for instances. Basically, the ones that I'm gonna mention mostly are the ones in drop near caves. Now, I know most of you are gonna ignore those, but it's not good idea. You can just go and cross server, rookie server, and get people there to make them, because in the main server you're probably not gonna get. Now, why I'm saying to 46? Because 41, the quests for Dropnir Cave that are from 41 to kill the 3 bosses besides the last one are duplicated with the level 46, basically like you see here. The only difference is that the 46 one give you a little bit more XP, so you need to do those for the XP and for the mana stones. Now, mana stones will be really expensive for you if you are a new player. That's why it's very vital to be doing all those pinky quests with mana stones that are possible to do. Once you do them, don't waste them, the mana stones, in the gear that you currently have. Save it, at least for the gear that you get at level 51, because this is when basically you're gonna actually start farming a little bit more than questing, if you want to, get the maximum out of the experience and time used in the game, and then not to be stalling between the last levels to 65. Now here I kinda skipped the 51 because I don't really have such a character to show you. But between 51 and 55 you get another type of quests which give you the 51 coin gear, like weapon and boots and gloves. Those are the NPCs that are around here with the Mithril coin quest and gear, and I'm showing it now. Basically, you can farm a little bit coins to finish up those sets, or basically buy from Broker if you want, or I don't know, maybe just buy one piece if you have coins, or from the quests, and so on. All of those help you. The reason I was saying to save the mana stones is because from level 51, aka Ingison, you would want to have a little bit more stats, either to farm in Udas, Bishmudir, or even the normal mobs. They're slightly stronger than before. And you can use this gear up until high level. Now, don't make the from this NPC you start a chain quest for the evasion gear, if I'm not wrong. Now, this gear is not that bad, but my advice is do not use it because it doesn't have mana stones, which I mean mana stone slots, which means you cannot place them, and especially if you're a physical class, you cannot get critical out of it, and you do need critical. Okay, now when you're in Singa/Vengar, the first thing you would want to do is to look up the quests, campaigns, and the dark blue quests, which gives you Seranium coins and Asian coins. Those are two token type items which will be required for you to gear up further on. Now, the Asian coins, you would want them to progress after 65 for the decent gear that you would want. So basically you need to complete every single quest that is for Serenium coins plus Asian coins, or at the very least for Asian coins in this map. Now they are in the beginning, then on the first camp, then when you complete the campaign and the quest you go on the second camp, and then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then here in the end. Now you really need to complete those because they will give you Serenium coins as well, which will give you the opportunity to buy a temporary gear that is not bad. It gives very high base and bonus stats. It has only 3 mana stone slots, but it is still very good because when you slot them, you actually have a pretty decent stats. Being a weapon or an armor, they're really nice to use. Those here. If you want, you can go for the gold. If you want, you can go for the eternal, depending on how many coins you have. If you have some kina to buy some of from the shop, broker I mean. And yeah, that's about it. You can use, you can even save the mana stones if you wish for this gear because this one is actually worth it to go and you know to be used up until like 66. And here is another thing that you can help in the first camp insignia. There is this NPC with which you can join in Fortuner Ops. Now for the Smodians, it's Vengar, and it's called, if I'm not wrong, Demon tokens. So basically, doing the dailies from those, they are in around Signia. You will learn them eventually. There are few of them. You get tokens, and you can buy some accessories from here. Or if you have already all the accessories and you want some kina, you can buy this bundle, open it, and you will get powders. And at very low, well, I don't know how low, but a low probability you can get even Omega. So powerful. And this is one of the quests that I had in this point. You just need to go here in the desert and kill one mob. Basically all the quests are like this: either go loot one item, or open a box, or kill one mob. Super easy. Go do that, return the quest, voila, you take tokens and you can buy whatever you want with them. Now, except those, on this location here, there is a mob for composite mana stones. All the way on up until the end, the corner, when you're walking next to the wall, there are mobs that have stars like this one, which is the quest one. Except for the quest one, all of the others, there are 6 in this area. There are more around the map, but this will be for another video. They drop composite mana stones and normal mana stones, which you can use for your gear or to sell. Once you are about to reach the level 65 slash, you know, after the campaign 66, You should start thinking about making gear before continuing with leveling up, because you will be useless otherwise. Now, depending on what class you are, you would need different type of items slash stats. If you're support, what you would need is basically to have HP set in as a starter. Being a chanter or a cleric, a HP set. Now, in this, in my case, if you are like a new character or an old character, returning user, whatever, and you have some kina, you can buy Crucible insignias and buy a healing boost set with which is the TAC officer. It's a little bit expensive, but it's super awesome. It gives a lot of HP, tons of healing boost. It's really cool set. You get a lot of HP out of it, nice healing boost. Even though you could be with other crappy items, this will give you a nice boost. Now, next thing that you would want to do is to check other items, which would be eternal. I mean, we're speaking strictly about cheap items if you're a new user. You go on the search, you mark only the eternal, you go on armor and the desired type being chain, plate, leather or whatever. Then you check the prices, you sort them from the cheapest to the most expensive, and you start searching for the cheapest one. You check the stats, you watch what they give, and that's it. Basically, you would want to buy items from those because they are super expensive and put some mana stones in them for HP. Now, it's not really good to get the boots and the gloves because they don't have speed and for boots and attack speed slash casting speed for the gloves, but it will be a really nice addition for you as a starter. Now you need to be looking at the mana stones as well. So basically my advice is when you're going for HP stones, try HP 95, check the prices. If they are cheap enough for you, buy them, socket them. Some of the old stones are a little bit outdated, so they are not that expensive, and you can buy some of them. Depending on the class, of course, you check critical, magic boost, and so on. Have in mind the PS ones are more expensive. Now, a lot of people are making mistake when they are leveling up, and they are using the gear from the new instances such as Elemental WAP or WAP. Of course, if you don't have anything already, it's good to use them. However, what you should be aiming at is depending on your class. For example, this character is a chanter. I need a healing boost with attack and parry as stats. The set that has those is the one from the Runeshield Tower / Illuminary Obelisk. Now I'm gonna compare that piece with the one from the new High Deva instances, WAP and Adma, and you see the stats are slightly lower, but it has healing boost as well. Of course, it can proc between 5 and 6 watts, but what's good about it, it's not breaking upon enchant. So if you can enchant it, let's say plus 10 maybe, you don't really need more than that. You get a lot more stats from this. Now, if you are cleric, of course you need healing boost as well. However, the sets that give you healing boost and the magic boost stat, also maybe block, not always, are the ones from Catawamice, aka Infinity Shard, or Runadium / the Noir Reliquary, or Lost Rentus / I don't know, the version of Rentus base, the hard mode. Okay, for the higher items that you would want to wear, with the Asian coins that you gathered so far, and obviously you will need a lot more to buy from the broker and so on, This is already when you have Kina and you start farming properly. You come here on this Shugu and you buy your gear. Uh, for the returning users, you can buy all those items for 2.5 times less from the refugee of returnees. Um, Normal users need to buy it for the full price, and or you can buy it for a little bit cheaper from the people already morphed versions of the items. Now, what I'm saying is because those items are morphed with designs into a mythical level 70. And those design basically get from here. This is material shop. You go inside and this is the NPC here with which you speak, and all the items, the designs to morph the items, they cost Asian coins, and you morph really awesome level 70 items. Now, those are really cool for DPS in such, even for the support quests. However, they do not have healing boost, for example, which means if you want to be support, it's better to go for the items that I was talking about earlier. They will be a little bit less HP, but they do not break on enchant and they give healing boost. Now a second variant for accessories in Acheron from for the Helios and Asmus. You go to this NPC and you can check those with the bottom medallions or boot marks, any name. Now my advice is because those are really hard to get by new players, but from rent to space in the new instances when you're doing, you can take those bottom medallions. Now you can start with taking all the gold accessories and then upgrade them into the eternal later on. All the gold accessories are really cheap to get, so do that. Last variant for the accessories, just go in the broker, click on the accessories, unmark everything, ignore everything else, and be looking only on the medicals. Um, those accessories can sometimes can be really cheap, maybe cheap for you, maybe expensive for you, but if they are cheap for you, you can buy some of them and get geared up little by little. They have pretty nice stuff. Another variant is to have Rune Shield Tower or Runadium. Those are the ones that I just showed. Pretty cool ones. They're still super good, and I would say equivalent to the High Deva ones, if not stronger. But that was everything for this one. I hope it was helpful. If you have any other questions, down in the comments, right? I will try to answer and help.